Starfleet Underground. Every week, we'll take a look at the latest Star Trek news and then check out a current or classic episode of Star Trek. What happens when your replicator gives you the hot banana? We learn totally unofficial reasons on how Risa got its name. We find out what actor makes Heather hot, who makes the best use of the pause button, and what? There's an Orion wearing clothes and not dancing? We take a look at Star Trek Lower Decks.
Wow, this coffee here is just about perfect. Hey, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon where you're listening to us. I'm Captain Adams, and we here at Starfleet Underground, and the crew is all here. We tried to get a guest, we did a snatch and grab, but we teleported up a rabbit by accident. So, no guest this week, but that's okay. We have here today, Patrick, thank you for the great coffee.
You're welcome. I'm sure it's better than the crazy stuff that you get from Heather.
Just saying.
There was nothing floating in it, and that brings us to Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm the science officer. I'm the one that's no longer in charge of the captain's coffee. But I just have to say, the Tribbles, they're really interested in something over in the corner. I can't see what it is, but it looks like they're chewing something, and they're all over there. So I'll report on that later on.
Chewing?
It's a Horgon.
Uh-oh. Where has the Horgon? Oh, wait, did I say that?
A bit there, a bit there.
Like it.
A little bit everywhere.
They went to Risa.
They get around.
Please.
I get around.
Which is actually kind of funny, in my opinion, because you go to Risa because you're going to get a rise. I don't know how they came up with that name. It's like, we need a planet where people are full of horny people and people go to get laid. Well, if I land on that planet, I know I would get a rise. A rise up?
That's better than calling it Planet Boner, that's for sure.
This is true.
That might have been the first name, and they couldn't do it.
They couldn't get it past the censors.
They couldn't.
And then we have Rocky, our wonderful engineer.
Hi. I have nothing else to say.
No, I'm not. We're not. At least I'm not.
I said Planet Boner, so that's all I need, right?
Right.
Rocky is for us. We're like Packlets to him. He makes us strong.
He makes us go.
He makes us go. He makes us better.
Thank
we
you.
will not beam him over.
I gotta say, the amount of noise reduction you were using on Heather's microphone for the last couple shows, amazing, because when you hear it naturally, well, here, let me just play you a sample of it.
Oh.
You see, this is what it normally sounds like.
I'm Heather. I'm the science officer.
But I turn off the noise reduction and it sounds like this.
I'm Heather. I'm the science officer.
Isn't that amazing how it actually sounds?
Yeah, it is.
Completely crazy.
Total difference.
Yeah, it's really noisy in engineering. Noise reduction is fascinating.
It's most awesome.
Well, yeah.
Totally.
Well, it is. We sound like we hurt her feelings a little bit. We're going to go on. She doesn't like the noise. Today's show is brought to you by Section 31. And also viewers like yourself. Everything is going really well. I not seen any notification from my first officer on corrections. So I'm assuming nobody corrected us, which means either we made no mistakes and we're flawless, or they didn't catch it. Either way, I'm happy with it.
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Good. Now we're going to go with news of the week. Anything in news? Anybody's got anything?
I got something.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lower Decks, the creator wishes that T'Pol and Wesley could appear. I would love to see Wesley and T'Pol on there.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't it?
That would be cool.
Well, isn't it? To me, Boimler is like Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of him.
Because they're both like the nerdy, people who want to get on the bridge and who want to, move up in rank. And he's kind of like the Wesley Crusher of Lower Decks.
Well, he's more annoying than Wesley ever was. I will give that.
Boimler is not going to get the cover of Teen Beat. That's all I'm saying.
No, not exactly. He's way more obsessed with his hair. There's that.
Well, I would be too if my hair was purple. Hello.
I mean, that's about the only cool thing about him. He's got purple hair.
It's just like he knows a lot, but he doesn't know how to execute it. It's just, we call those people book smart, but they have no common sense to go with it. So
Not street smart.
no.
Not ship smart.
Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those guys that know all the theories to survive on Naked and Afraid and doesn't know how to do any of it.
And doesn't want to be naked.
Exactly. There you go. So that's definitely interesting in my opinion. Anybody else have any other news of the week?
I don't know if it's more news than just kind of talk on the street, but the word is that David Tennant wants to be on Star Trek.
I heard that.
Isn't that cool?
Shit.
Yeah, there's
Wouldn't that
rumors.
be badass?
Like, seriously?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have the biggest freaking crush on that dude. Oh, yeah, by the way, just saying. I have the freaking biggest crush on that dude. Are you serious?
he's awesome.
Well, I mean, he was the doctor.
Yeah, he was.
That is going to be, oh my God, I'm dying.
That would be very cool.
You really want to get your body on a tingle?
It's already hot.
He wants to be cute.
He's already cute.
No,
He wants to be
Q.
cute.
Like in Q-tip, Q.
Like as in the continuum.
Oh.
Like in the continuum, he wants
Well,
to
yeah,
be.
he could be that too.
And he has the personality for it.
Yeah, he
That
could
is
totally
so
pull off Q.
cool.
You know
Oh
that?
my
So.
Because the doctor is kind of like Q.
Mm-hmm.
Very
In a
much
way,
so,
with,
yeah.
Yeah.
With a sonic screwdriver.
Yes,
That would make the Star Trek conventions way more interesting.
that's true. You know, it was interesting. There was talk about Patrick Stewart possibly being on Doctor Who a while back, which is kind of the whole, starts the tingling things. And there was actually a crossover in the comic books.
I'm sorry, there's no tingling for Patrick Stewart. I'm sorry, Patrick Stewart.
I just found out, okay, this is a little, I don't know if you guys ever knew this, but probably about 10, 15 years ago, my cousin Noah was working at Disneyland as a performer, and he was cast in the Snow White musical that they were doing. Well, guess who was the voice of the Magic Mirror?
Who?
Patrick Stewart.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Just a little trivia.
That is pretty cool.
Well, he's also the voice of the poop emoji, right?
Yes.
Seriously?
I never saw the movie, but I mean, the trailer, his voice was clearly in there.
Well, he is the shit, so,
Patrick Stewart is pretty damn cool. How old is he? How old is he?
He's in his 70s, isn't he?
I think so.
He seems, he seems up there.
He is very well aged.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Eugene Levy is 73, and he doesn't look that at all. Yeah, and Patrick definitely doesn't look his age either.
I think it's pretty awesome that they're still out there. And now with the advancement of science and medical and everything, people are living quite longer and more healthier and more satisfying lives, which just is really cool.
Actually, he's 80. Patrick Stewart was born in 1940.
So you just researched that?
Yeah, he's July 13th, 1940, so he just turned 80.
Okay.
See, our computer person is on the move.
He's an octogenarian.
Anybody else has any more news? Going once?
Nope.
Going twice? Now, this is the part I'm very excited because of Heather's mishap on the coffee and having my EMH program go crazy, always trying to figure out what's wrong with me because I'm drinking something she decided to put in as an additive. She has a new assignment, which is to recap our shows. So what was the title of the first episode?
Yes. So,
And what was it about?
reporting for duty, sir. The very first episode is Star Trek Lower Deck, Season 1, Episode 1, Second Contact. This is the first in the second series that was launched in the same year. And this is actually the first time two series have been launched in the same year, Lower Decks and Picard. It is the second Star Trek animation, and it was officially premiered on CBS All Access August 6, 2020.
And what was the synopsis of the show?
So we have this broken down into different sections. We'll do an overall synopsis where we talk about overall what the episode was. And then that way we could, do our normal jumping around. And then we'll break it up into different sections. So teaser, Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. And then we could talk about anything else in that section that we might have forgotten about in the first one.
Well, okay, Miss Heather, could you give us the overall, please?
Go ahead. Synops away.
Yeah. Okay, so in this first episode, what happened was a zombie apocalypse and a spider attack that ended up gumming someone to death. So, speak.
Well, he wasn't gummed to death.
He survived, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He was gummed to death, but he survived.
Well, that's the gumming part. I mean, if he was eaten, then yeah, he wouldn't have survived, but he was gummed or suckled. So that was my favorite part, was seeing that.
What bothered me about this was the zombie little apocalypse that they had on the ship was he got, Ransom got stung by something down on the planet. They beamed back up to the ship. Where the frick was the biofilter in the transporter?
It wasn't detecting that particular thing.
Because the biofilter should have, removed any foreign matter from his buffer, from his pattern buffer.
Good point.
There's a good reason for that, though.
What?
It's the engineer that's crawling through all of the Jeffrey tubes and everything. He just didn't get to it in time yet. He was too busy doing other things.
You mean Rutherford?
Yes. You get the Cerritos is a relatively new ship.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, the first show was a really good beginning of it.
Yeah.
Because we had a chance to see Romulan whiskey.
Yes.
We saw a breadcrumb on what's going to happen later when she's fighting with the bat lip. It's like, I got it from an old guy with an eye patch.
Yeah.
I want honor. I love honor. That made me laugh.
It was awesome. And it was a great way to introduce all of the characters to us. And it was so funny.
Did you know this is the first time we've seen an Orion?
Yeah.
Well, we saw an Orion on the
2009 Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we saw it on that one. But this one, that was pretty cool.
It's the first time like an Orion girl has been on the Star Trek crew.
And she's not doing any dancing.
And she has clothes on.
And she's not dancing. And she's a science officer.
I know. And the joy in her face is like everything is cool. I just love it. That was so awesome.
I like that chick.
It's like, you guys are in command? Oh, let's talk about they had the same problem we had with our replicators.
Yeah, they did.
Hot bananas.
Hot banana, baby.
Yeah. Give me that hot banana peel.
It's nice to see what happens to the replicator when they're not working, because they're always showing the replicators working. And it's like, are we the only ship where the replicators don't work? No, thank God, we're not the only ship.
What did you guys think about the theme song?
I think it was a nice mixture of Star Trek and a little bit of wait, I wrote it down because I remember when I was listening to it. Give me a second.
I thought it was very much in the spirit of Trek themes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it fits right in. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I love how on every scene, something like wrong happens or something bad happens or, like something screwed up happens. I love that. It was so funny.
Got it. It reminded me of a blend between Galaxy Quest and Star Trek. It's like those two theme songs married together.
Yeah.
I love the open altogether. Did you guys love the open?
Yeah.
Seriously, something's noshing on the warp nacelle.
My favorite part is they turn up to the big battle with the Borg and they just get one little hit and they're like, fuck that, we're gone.
And they abandon it.
They're just like, we out of here.
I love the one where they're at a black hole and the black hole starts sucking them in. It's like, oh man.
Now, who knows what class the ship was?
Well, I hear it's a California class ship.
It is a California class. It is a California class ship.
Because Cerritos is in California.
Oh, Cerritos. I was thinking Cheerios.
And do you know what about the shuttle names?
Cheerios.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, Cheerios.
No, that I didn't notice.
It's the name of the Apple operating system.
So there's the Death Valley, the Joshua Tree, the Redwood, and the
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Oh, okay.
As our illustrious leader would say.
Wait, where did you see all of those?
When their shuttles were in the docking bay.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody had a pause button.
That's what it's for. Hello.
Take it all in,
And subtitles.
Oh, yeah, subtitles help.
Love subtitles.
There was a lot of California reference. Like if you noticed in the captain's quarters, she had the old California flag up on the wall too when she was talking to Boimler.
And where's Boimler from? He's actually from Modesto.
Yeah, he's from California.
So I think that's pretty cool that they did all of that. I really love the fact that what they've done with the show is shown that not all of Starfleet basically is perfect, because people start to think the only time we ever saw somebody imperfect was what's his face that had the holodeck addiction.
That's true. That he had some issues with the holodeck, that's for sure.
You know, but they showed that with the trouble with Edward when he did the thing with the Tribbles. Mm-hmm. So you get the impression that, wait, all of Starfleet is like flawless?
Well, not only just the comical aspects of the flawlessness, I also love that these are fresh new ensigns. So it's kind of that feel like everything is new again, like you're in college for the first time and you're really anxious and everything's new and fascinating and you can't wait to participate. Of course, the people in charge aren't going to let you participate in everything at once, so you got to work the lower decks.
Mariner's kind of jaded because she was on the keto and she got demoted to the Cerritos, so she's been around a little while.
I like her, though. Her old thing, especially, she sold me in the beginning when she did her scream, I like honor, I love honor. And then she slices the guy's leg like a friggin' ham.
That was awesome. No, I really like that chick. She's so fun.
And let's talk about, she did what I think any red-blooded person would do, male or female, in the holodeck. It's like an Olympic program, please, nude.
The holodeck nude Olympic training facility.
Yeah.
And Tendy's like, oh my God, it's detailed.
It's a really detailed program.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a big kick that just everyone's like bunked in the hallway. And of course, for some reason, they're right near the shower. And it's always musty, even though the showers are sonic. So what does that mean?
Right? How does that happen? Someone must have athlete's foot big time.
Oh, dang.
But look at the little benefit they give them. You're a crew person. You don't have your own quarters. You're sleeping basically in open bunks. But that view.
Oh, nice window view. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You just looking out the back of this ship.
Tendy was blown away by that. She just was like, giddy, get a little Orion girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's a great view. Can you imagine just laying in your bunk, just looking at that?
That would be nice.
It's like, wow, that's really pretty cool. And their replicators, like we said, had the same problem as ours. It's like, do you have problems with the replicator? Only when you get food in them.
Yes, that's right.
And the galley, man, the galleys always seems to be the place where stuff pops off. That's where that thing popped on the guy's neck and he turned zombified, was on the galley.
Yeah, that popped off right there. Well, that was a hot date Rutherford was on.
Yeah.
She was, wow.
And you know shit must go off like that all the time because they didn't even flinch about it. They still talked about, so where's your quarters?
Yeah, exactly. It's like... Yeah. People are just like, oh yeah, we're just having a conversation, casual date.
It was pretty cool. And then they finally get to a point where she gets danger. It's known. It's a scientifically known fact that danger increases libido. And when they made it across the side and she rushed him and kissed him, and he's like, there's anything, and he's all like, okay, maybe I need to sip more coffee because my mind is drifting. But the fact that he was more excited about something being wrong with the door than the fact that she was hitting on him.
I really relate to Rutherford just because of that. Although I think I would have gotten my rocks off first and then worried about the door.
Yeah, he said, who has time for love when there's a level 2 diagnostic waiting to be run?
Yeah.
Seriously. And the Orion girl, just like a friend, she goes, really? She was all
I know.
I mean, really,
they're going to end up together.
Why the door didn't work the right way when the red alert was going? I mean, it's a serious subject. I was like, why is this door not working right? That's completely inappropriate behavior for a door in a starship.
And sometimes you just got to stop what you're doing and troubleshoot.
Yep. Thank you. It's like, wow, that's a mystery. It is an engineer who you fix everything. That's friggin' juicy.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, actually. It's like, wait, that should not do that. Why is that doing that? That should not be doing that.
I need to find out why. I want to find out why. So that was pretty friggin' cool. And I like the fact that she was a
trill
with my brain
with
today. Thank you.
Yeah.
A trill. My dad was a cyborg.
She started to tweak his cyborg implants. I mean, it's like, I'm not feeling nervous at all. This thing's stamping down all the emotions. Gives a little tweak. He's like, oh my God.
I'm stressing now. Now I'm nervous.
I love what's the girl's name, please? It's going to take me a couple episodes for
Tandy?
Which one? Tendy's the Orion. Mariner's the
Mariner.
Okay,
Mariner, when she was down on the planet, when they have second contact, remind me of Buller Pente when she says, I had to fight a Yeti for shoes because he was a dick.
Yo.
Yeah, she's just like the rebel who just, goes off and does whatever she wants and,
Yeah.
I loved it. She says, yes, I'm very complicated. Thank you.
I love that part. Now that we did a episode overview and everything, let's go into each of the acts and then let's talk about like each of them in depth. So the very first one was the teaser. It's the opening. And in the teaser, like we were saying before, Beckett Mariner, that's her name, she finds Ensign Brad Boimler recording a fake captain's log in the closet, drunk off of illegal Romulan whiskey. She has to show Brad her new bat'leth, and in the process of swinging around, she ends up slicing his calf in half.
That was pretty funny. She sold me when she's like, I love honor. I must have honor.
Yeah, and it's a clean on bat. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. It doesn't matter. Shut up. That was one of my favorite quotes.
It's a tie-in to the next episode also. That bat'leth is a tie-in to the second episode.
When she found him in the utility closet, the Nomad space probe was in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good place to keep it.
The Nomad space probe?
Yeah, from the Star Trek episode, The Changeling.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Another use for the pause button.
It's an original series.
Of course, Nomad was reused as other things too. So how do you know it was actually Nomad?
Because StarTrekMovie.com says it was.
Oh, okay.
Well, in that case.
Somebody's been doing a lot of research in their homework.
I haven't been working the pause buttons.
I've been doing my homework, okay? I am number one. I got to be up on this stuff, right?
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. You got to be up on it because I don't want to jettison you with the number 2. So that works out well.
Well, don't call Heather number 2.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I am a little shit, so.
True. Bump.
Now, do you guys have anything else you want to say about the teaser before we go on to Act 1?
Romulan Ale is illegal because it is awesome.
Yes, and it's also blue, and it's smooth, and it goes down easily, and it makes your tongue blue.
I would drink it just because it's blue. If you're going to pull ice pops out or something, I always get the grape or the blue. I don't know why.
Yeah, but you can't hide that you've been drinking it. So if your captain says, what are you doing? And your blue tongue will just give that away.
That actually happened or similar happened to me when I was in high school. When I was in high school, they caught me supposedly smoking. Okay. Ooh. So they had me go to the dean's office with this other kid who's also smoking. And he said, why are you in here? And the guy says, because they're smoking. And I looked at the dean and I said with a straight face, I wasn't smoking. And then I burped and smoke came out of my mouth.
You're making that up.
No, I'm not.
That is like a Ferris Bueller story. Come on now.
No, seriously, I burped and smoke came out of my mouth.
Okay.
And I wind up having to stay behind for a couple of days because of it.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, wow. Shows you I was also smoking incorrectly if I burped smoke.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a smoker, and I can think about that for a second. Why is the smoke coming out there instead of...
Which end were you smoking it out of?
I don't think I got it through that end. Even though I saw a show once in Mexico that did have that happen similarly, but we're not going to go into that.
Ooh, so moving on.
Yeah, good.
This is a family show.
So in Act 1, we meet the team. This is where we meet everyone. Now her name is Devana Tendy, the new recruit, like we said, Orion girl, but she's a science officer, not a stripper. She was stationed out into lower decks. She meets Boimler and Mariner, Boimler's trying to fix a broken replicator who's spitting out hot bananas, which is better than hot potatoes. They give Tendy a tour of the ship. They meet Rutherford. He has a cybernetic implant that keeps having problems. It always acts up and suppresses his emotions, which means he's like kind of like the half Vulcan. They sleep on bunks in the hallway, and then they get a holodeck tour where they could go anywhere: the Hawaii beach, Orion, the warp core Corps, an all-male nude gym. So my first question to you guys is, where would you like to go on the holodeck?
The warp core was pretty cool. I got to admit, I thought that was okay. Although you actually have a warp core you can walk into, so not very inventive.
I might want to go to Gallifrey.
Ooh.
Good choice.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, Gallifrey would be fun.
Gallifrey would be fun.
I think I would go to the beach with a nice shady palm tree.
Gallifrey has beaches, doesn't it?
I don't know.
You could go to Risa.
Where would I go if I could go anywhere? That's a good question.
Well, we don't need dead air, so think of an answer.
Yeah. I'm thinking of an answer where I would love to go. I guess, yeah, I would love to go to what the computer thought the beginning of the universe looked like.
Ooh.
Okay, so the Big Bang.
Yeah, the Big Bang. Yeah, while having a Big Bang, I think that would be cool. That would work. Okay, I gave that question.
That happens in the holodeck more often, do you think? Because people like to have the bang during the Big Bang.
Well, we know that because of the Olympic program.
Especially when they go to Risa.
Yeah.
In
the holodeck, Risa comes to you.
Right. And in the holodeck, when they were doing the all-male nude gym, did you notice that all of the athletes looked like they were from American Dad?
Yeah, they did kind of have that body.
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
I mean, they were muscle builders, but I didn't quite get the American Dad vibe.
Oh, no?
I mean, I can see that, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the general shape of American Dad, I can see where I'd have to get my pause button out and look again, but I can see where you're coming from.
Okay. And do you guys have anything else you want to say about Act 1 before we go on to Act 2?
Well, there was when Boimler was pointing at the diagram of the ship, and he's like, and there's ops, 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 and there's more ops. Yeah.
There's lots of ops.
There's lots of ops.
There's no bathroom, though.
Right?
Wait, they didn't show a bathroom on this show.
No.
That's right.
We got the showers.
Well, we didn't
they're
actually
supposed
see the
to-
showers, though.
I guess they're supposed to pee in the showers, maybe?
Maybe that's why it's so musty.
But it's a sonic shower, so
They don't need toilets. They just
Go into a puddle on the floor and beam it out.
No. It's they beam it out. They just beam it directly from your colon out into space, and then that way they don't have to worry about a septic tank.
So that means you have to have a little transporter pad on your butt,
Maybe.
like
well,
diapers.
if it's a sonic shower, does that mean that your pee dances
Does that
or disappears?
if they beam your shit out, does your shit die, and then does it come back to life when they beam it back into space?
Only if it's on the Genesis planet.
Oh. God.
That you just said that Spock is shit.
Oh, man.
I did not say that. You said that.
No, you said it the Genesis planet if it would bring it back to life.
I did not say Spock was shit. I would never say that.
Okay.
The places this show goes that I had no idea that would ever go.
Where no man has gone before. Okay. Next act.
What happens next?
Next act. Okay, sounds good. So in act number 2, this is the second contact. Act number 2 and act number 3 is like the bulk of the story. What we do is that we're going to separate it into 2 storylines. You have storyline A, storyline B. So storyline A, Jack Ransom, which is number 1. He is on the new planet and he gets bit by a mosquito. But no worries, time to go to a bar where he ends up changing into a zombie. He starts attacking everyone, turning them into zombies too. Rutherford is there. Rutherford. Okay. He is there to witness this while he is on his date. And Tendi is doing her first day in sick bay at the start of the zombie apocalypse. So she gets to see all of this disaster, but she's still positive. On storyline B, Captain Carol Freeman asked Boimler to watch Mariner and report if she breaks any protocol. Mariner and Boimler go on the away mission. Brad notices Mariner sneaking away with supplies and follows her. He sees her giving away the supplies, freaks out, confronts her. They get in an argument. Armors run away. They awake their giant, large, enormously intimidating spider. And the spider sees Mariner and Brad and chases them.
Run, idiot!
Run! So my question is, why is Beckett Mariner? Why doesn't she have the same last name as Freeman, Carol Freeman?
Well, we're not going to talk about that because that actually comes out towards the last part of the episode. So you're giving a spoiler.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Well, besides your mother may keep her maiden name, but the child's name would be that of the father.
Okay, I went through all of that to say you're going to ruin the spoiler, and you ruined the spoiler anyway. What the actual fuck?
I didn't say anything about who her dad was.
It doesn't. Oh my god!
Who was her dad?
Oh my god! This
Nor who her mother was.
Oh my god!
The coffee was pretty good, though, right?
Oh,
Good coffee.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So let's instead talk about how every person loves to have a gum job. Whoa!
Well, not from a giant spider that you get milk from. Sorry.
Both of you guys are in Act 3. Should we just go on to Act 3?
Of course, because you can't phaser it because you can't stun it. You spoil the milk.
Okay, here's Act 3. Act 3 is conclusion. Storyline B. Mariner and Brad are hiding from the spider. Mariner comes up with the idea to take off her clothes, use it as a dummy. While the spider is attacking the dummy, they grab the spider from behind. As they are doing this spider grabs Brad and starts gumming or suckling him. The farmers arrive and tell Mariner that the spider is like a cow, which they use for milk. It is an herbivore, and it won't hurt Boimler. It's just getting the moisture off of it. That's all. When the spider gets tired, they get Brad, and he is covered in pink slime, and they go back to the ship. On storyline A, we still see the zombie apocalypse happening. Rutherford continues on with his date, which ends abruptly because he cared more about troubleshooting than kissing. And in sickbay, Tendi has to pump Steven's heart with her hands. Storyline A and B merge. Brad and Mariner arrive back and are surprised to see zombies. The cat doctor, Tiana, analyzes the pink slime on Brad and finds that it's the cure for zombies, and everyone is saved, and our heroic gang is ignored. Continuing with that, Brad isn't a rat. He does not rat out Mariner, and he tells the captain. He doesn't say anything to the captain, and that's when we find out that the captain is actually Mariner's mother, and the admiral is her father. At the bar, Brad and Mariner bond. Mariner's going to be his mentor, and they start talking about Star Trek history, and they name all of our favorite characters: Spock, Khan, Sulu, Kirk, Worf, and Troy.
And don't forget Gary Mitchell.
Who is that?
Gary Mitchell was in the first episode, the reshot pilot.
He was Pike.
He was Pike?
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Number one
Gary
just said
Mitchell
he was
the
Pike.
guy. Wasn't Gary Mitchell was the guy who had the eyes? Or
No.
Gary Mitchell, the actor?
Yes.
Well, Pike technically has eyes. It was the rest of his face
different.
that was burned.
Okay. I was thinking about the guy with the golden eyes that the nurse wound up getting the golden eye. So Gary Mitchell was actually
from James Bond?
In the reshot episode, because the cage was rejected, so they had to reshot the pilot, and the pilot was reshot with William Shatner. And with that reshot pilot, there was a actor in there that he wound up having something happen to him where he almost had powers like a god, and him and the nurse both had the same powers. Do you guys remember that, or I'm just
I'm remembering because of the silvery eye thing.
Yeah, silvery eye. So I thought his name was Gary, but I was apparently incorrect.
I thought maybe I'm wrong.
Let me verify. Hold on.
But yeah, it was funny they were naming all the
lot of name
historical.
dropping.
Yeah. But did you notice too that once the whole crew was cured of the zombie virus, they had a mirror universe Vulcan look?
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they had a Vulcan with a goatee.
Oh, that's so cool. I did not notice that.
Yeah.
They got a lot of cool aliens on that ship.
They did. They also had the vehicle that Mariner stole to take this the tools to the aliens. Uh-huh. That was the buggy that they used in Nemesis.
Yeah, that was cool. And then also the bags that they were carrying. That's the same bags from the Enterprise. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was, okay, where's my mind? Because it says here, first episode, first season was the man trap. That was the first episode. And I'm not seeing the episode that I remember. Maybe I need to look up on the pilot. Hey, listeners out there, if I don't get this by the end of the show, please send us information.
No, I was wrong. Jeffrey Hunter was Pike, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the guy, Gary Mitchell, I could swear was the one with the eyes. And I'm trying to friggin' find it.
It's not Charlie X.
No, it wasn't Charlie X. The guy had the eyes, and I could swear that was... Give me the name of the guy again. It was Gary Mitchell, right?
Yeah, Gary Mitchell.
Okay. I'm looking up Gary Mitchell right now, Memory Alpha. Yep, it is the one that I thought. He's the one with the eyes. Gary Mitchell. He was a male human Starfleet officer who served, and he was the one that had the eyes where he thought it was like a god, and it's the first time you saw a phaser rifle that Kirk had to use in order to get him to use up his power.
Which episode was that, though?
Where no man has gone before.
And the phrase that he has in it, do you like what you see? Absolute power corrupting. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is where no man has gone before. You're right, Heather.
Yeah. And it was played by Gary Lockwood. Yeah, it was Gary Mitchell. So I thought so. Oh my God, I thought I was losing it. So that coffee actually is a little bit better because I remembered something, which is perfect. Okay, we did that. That mystery is solved. Let's continue.
Okay, we're continuing. Do you guys want to talk about anything else from episode number 1?
I just love the surprise that the doctor is a Cetacean.
I like the cat.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And she's the only one that seems to be swearing, gets bleeped out when she swears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And do you guys know where that species came from? Like where they first appeared? What series?
Was it the animated series?
Oh, well, you guys know. I thought it was like trivia. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Some people don't know about the animated series, though, because it's kind of not as in the know as everybody thinks.
Them younger generation Trekkies don't know about it.
Well, this new animated series is, I think, one of my favorites. I think I have a new favorite TV show.
It's so much fun.
Oh, my God, it's so funny.
And the speed at which they deliver their lines. I mean, there's, this could easily be an hour show if they let the dialogue go at a normal pace. But because it's these quick, snappy, And
yeah, it's to the point and everything.
Yeah.
And it's manic like us.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Nope.
Are we manic?
Oh, we are so totally manic.
Have you ever been trapped in a sentient cave? That was one of the lines that just caught me off guard. Like, oh my God.
It knows shit about you. Dark shit.
That was pretty cool. I like her though. She is just, I can understand why she may not be wanted by some people because you can't control somebody like that. Really, she's a wild card.
And she does, even though she acts like she's just breaking the rules and she doesn't care. She does know a whole lot.
Yeah.
And apparently, from the 2 episodes that we've seen so far, she does have a lot of experience, but she's not shoving it in people's faces either. So.
Yeah. But like you said, Brad pointed it out. You sure do know a lot about this. And she's like, I'm a very complicated person.
Mm-hmm.
We got another part before we talk about the reveal in the next episode.
Oh, are we going on to the next episode?
Is there anything else you wanted to add before we go to the next episode?
Instead of Planet of the Apes, we got Planet of the Pigs.
Yeah, but they were cool. She was giving them equipment.
Yeah, she's hooking them up.
And they had a spider cow. I love that.
There was one thing that was referenced that I don't know if you guys noticed it in the beginning when they were going past the diagram of the ship and Boimler was like ops, and then there's Cetacean Ops, which was a reference to the Cetacean Ops that was on Enterprise D that we never actually got to see.
Yeah, I loved catching some of the behind the scenes interviews that they were putting up, and the creator of the show was really excited about Cetacean Ops, and they don't get to it in the first season, but they think in the second season they're going to get to it.
That'd be cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's so much fun.
They're covering all the little things which makes the show very enjoyable. Even the throwaway line with the Cetacean talks about, this man is important. We need to get him to sickbay. What? He's important? No, he's worthless. But the slime on him can save us all. It is like call another Starfleet officer worthless.
Well, I mean, he is only an ensign. Come on.
Yeah, and he was wearing red originally, so.
I got a question. So the ensigns sleep in the bunks in Voyager, actually in any of the series. Did we ever see any of the ensigns bedrooms?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't we see Trip and Trip's bedroom?
Is Trip an ensign?
Ensign, though.
No, but didn't we see his bedroom, though, in Enterprise?
We also saw Captain Archer's bedroom.
Yeah, well, we see all the bridge people. Yeah.
they were command officers. We didn't see like the Makos or any of their living
or
quarters.
Harry Kim or Paris or something. No, wait, it was
we never
Paris.
really.
Well, we saw Harry Kim sleeping in his own thing, but that was Voyager.
So Harry Kim had a bedroom?
Yeah, but he was also a bridge officer. So.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But then he was an ensign too. So
He was always an
I don't
ensign.
know about that. Yeah, he's forever ensign.
Poor Harry.
I know.
Yeah, really. But I know on ships, it's like that.
Oh, yeah.
On ships, you now I heard that they have hot-bunking. I don't know if they still have hot-bunking. I should ask someone. If anybody
They probably still do.
Get out of the service, hot-bunking is when there's not enough room for every person to have a bed. Two people share the same bed.
Ooh la la.
So normally when a shift is over, one person who was in the bed comes out of it, and then you get in and it's still hot from their body heat. That's why they call it hot-bunking.
No.
That's sort of gross.
It is.
Yeah, but that's how they did it on submarines.
Submarines and aircraft carriers and everything, yeah.
Yep, they call it hot-bunking because there's just not enough room for everyone to get their own little bunk.
If you ever get a chance to take a tour on an aircraft carrier, we've got a museum one here in Northern California, in Alameda, and it's so cool because you can go aboard it, and it's a museum now, so you get all the historical things. I mean, they got some of the Apollo stuff because that ship actually had recovered the Apollo mission, but you just get to walk through the thing and see all the rooms, and you really experience what it's like to be on an aircraft carrier. It's something else, and you see the room with all the bunks, and it's like, oh yeah, they were hot bunking.
That's cool.
And the captain's room, the captain's quarters, is just slightly bigger than a walk-in closet.
And that's the captain.
He had a nice office though.
At least you get your own bed.
Yeah, I don't do closets anymore.
That's right. You escaped yours.
Nice.
I burnt it down, man.
So now we get.
Yeah, sure.
What the hell? Did somebody just came in and snatched Heather? Section 31. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, is she? But why did they come and take her? Look, we're going to have an admission because they took her without permission, and I'm getting tired of them coming into her room and then snatching her without permission. So unfortunately, listeners, we're going to have to put a pin in this, and we'll continue this next week with both episodes 2 as well as 3. We're sorry about that, but I need to get my officer back. She may make horrible coffee, but she's a valued member of the crew. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a mission. So Patrick, red alert. We're going to go ahead and get her. And thank you. And let's get going.
Full warp power available.
Shields to maximum.
Shields at maximum.
Outstanding. Now, for those of you out there, make sure you listen to us on social media. You can find us everywhere. Hopefully, we'll all be back alive, and it's not Control that's doing this. So remember, just don't have a great week. Make it so.
Starfleet Underground, beaming into a podcast feed near you. Log on to our website at starfleetunderground.com and send your comments and questions to thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. Follow us on Twitter at StarfleetUnderG and on Facebook and Instagram, we're Starfleet Underground.